Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption. I'm MysteriousJG. Haven't recorded this game in a while. Been having all sorts of just tech issues of various types. Called a cable company twice trying to get my internet back, and it's still acting weird. I don't know. As I recorded this, I'm not 100% clear on how easily I'm going to be able to upload, but it's been a weird week as far as tech issues go. I also lost the ability to use my recording equipment that I used to do this LP. This will be quick, I promise. So it all changed with the Windows update. A Windows mandatory update pushed out, and suddenly I couldn't get my AverMedia set up to work. So I updated the firmware, updated the drivers, didn't help, and now I'm just like, okay, I rolled back to an earlier version of Windows. And since I've done that, my wireless keyboard has stopped working. So AverMedia works, my wireless keyboard does not work. And I've gone through and followed the troubleshooting steps for it, and I can't figure out what to do. Like, the entire troubleshooting for the Logitech wireless keyboard on their website is, okay, here's the things you got to do to make sure that it's synced. And the computer knows it's there. It says it's working, but keystrokes don't do anything. And there's even automatic stuff, like it can tell the battery is good, and stupid little weird things just going wrong. And now I'm in this weird place where for some reason my laptop can't get to the internet. It wants me to power cycle through my router, but I've done that like 100 freaking times, and I'm just so thrilled that my desktop is actually connected to the internet right now and uploading videos from Mass Effect. I don't want to touch anything. At the same time, I'm playing this offline. The Xbox is offline. I don't think that will affect anything in this game. But it's like, no, there's no particular reason my Xbox 360 shouldn't be able to connect to the internet. It's just that everything's fucking broken in my apartment. So it is what it is. Now, so let me get into the game here before I start complaining about stuff that's happening at work, which is like the next, or you know, the next thing I could do that you're just not interested in at all. So there's a house there. There's a house there. I own all the houses. I don't even remember what we did last time, except that I'm pretty sure it involved. We were trying to finish all the missions for De Santa, because we're trying to get in good with the Mexican government, so that they'll help us find Bill Williamson. And I can't remember the name of the other guy, but there's another guy that we're looking for from our past. A Mexican dude who we think Bill Williamson is like hiding with. Javier Escuela, that's his name. So I get confused sometimes. I've played through the game before, and there are things that are supposed to be I'm sometimes like, I forget what's been revealed in game and what do I know because I've played the game before, and I don't want to accidentally spoil things. But basically, I believe we understand at this point that in John Marston's past, he was in a gang with some guys, and right now he's being forced to go hunt down his former gang members. We don't really know. I don't know that they've said, and you know, if you're in the comments and you do not already know the story, but you're like, yeah, we know that. Don't be an idiot, JG. Please tell me. But I don't think we know exactly what it is that the government is using to force John Marston to do this. Because there's really nothing going on in the story where, certainly you could do I heard a coyote, so I was like afraid to get off the horse. There's nothing going on in the story where, we've heard that he really wants revenge on them for anything they've done. Which would be a pretty standard Western trope, like bad guy goes after his former gang because they done him wrong. It pretty much comes across as the fact that these are not good people that John Marston's after, but he doesn't really have the moral high ground to be going after them, which is part of what makes John Marston an interesting character. He doesn't go around... He seems to be more intelligent than a lot of the people he talks to, but he doesn't go around acting like he's got some moral high ground. He knows that he's done some bad stuff. So he seems to be pretty disgusted with the way the Mexican government is conducting itself. Some animals are only found in certain parts of the world. Okay. So if you kill an armadillo, you might want to travel far away from armadillo before you sell it. Because armadillo is the township. Presumably you named it for the fact that there are armadillos around there. Oh, we've actually got rain coming in, and he's wishing he had some shelter. But yeah, John Marston riding around the Old West, very much in the late spaghetti, like more the spaghetti western style of hero. After the classic black and white John Wayne white hats, black hats westerns, he had those anti-heroes, and John Marston's more in that tradition. But still, at this point, I don't know how much the player character knows. Because again, I played the whole game. I don't know how much the player character, or the player really is supposed to know about John's past right now. He reveals some of it to Bonnie. We know that he used to be kind of a desperado. But then he came to his senses. He was out riding fences. Never mind. We know that he used to be Desperado Joe Gomez. He used to tag team with Renegade. Poor Renegade. Anyway, probably could have just made a new campsite and auto-traveled to DeSanta instead of manually riding around. But it is fun sometimes to remind ourselves just how much... Oh, shoot. That had not occurred to me. I got a stopwatch application because I can't get to the internet where I'm usually will watch a YouTube video of a clock counting down to time my videos. But since my laptop is having connectivity issues, I'm trying to use a Windows app instead. And that is not preventing my laptop from going to a screensaver. Mexican Caesar. Did somebody say a Cesar Romero? So basically, what these guys do is just go around raping and murdering everyone. Like, that's their whole deal.
What's going on here, Captain DeSanta?
Just a little recruitment. Nothing for you to be concerned about.
You boys using women soldiers now?
Our costumes are none of your concern.
Apparently not.
Santo mariconcito, me encontraste algunas chicas. Ay, mamacita, ¿dónde has estado toda mi vida?
Yeah, I don't think they're being recruited for the army, John.
Ay, me gusta. These two patriots were keen to make your acquaintance, Coronel.
Fantastic. I love patriots.
I love Sons of Liberty too, on both sides.
We shall make a patriot of you yet.
I hope so. Any word of those men?
Oh, yes. I heard they were riding with Reyes. I wanted to talk to you about it. De Santo, hable con él. Tell him what I wanted. His Excellency, El Coronel, would like to employ you in escorting a train down rebel country. The job is dangerous, but you'll have the honor of...
Another patriot?
Of knowing that you served Mexico in her fight against forces that would destroy our society.
They want to stop our raping way of life.
20,000 pesos. And information as to the whereabouts of Javier Escuella.
I don't know what 20,000 pesos translates into,
Okay,
but...
then.
Mexico loves you, Mr. Martin.
She has a funny way of showing it.
Well, you have to rape her. That's kind of what she goes for. Charming. I don't think we're meant to like these guys. Yeah, I get to ride with El Capitan. This guy doesn't get a name, but he's, I'm wondering if we might get some dialogue here, because he actually got a little bit of personality before.
So it looks like it is me
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
here we go.
again, gringo.
And there was me, thinking my dance card was full.
What do you mean?
Just that it's a pleasure to see such a noble patriot at work.
Your sarcasm is childish and pathetic.
No, I was sincere.
This is an important assignment. Our orders are to deliver these munitions to Chuparosa.
Your sarcasm's pathetic. You make unnamed captain sick.
To you, Captain, but I think you're gonna need a lot more than this.
I know. Most of the supplies are already
You
in
know, this would be a very
Chuparosa.
different game
We
if
will deliver
Captain
them all by
was
train
Colonel
to our
Robert
base
Parker.
camp in Diez Coronas.
Or if El
Our
Colonel,
forces
who
will
runs this
establish
portion of
themselves
Mexico, was Colonel Robert Parker of WCW fame. Now that I know Bobo's watching this up, it's going to get worse with the
Why
WCW
do you
references.
think? Because he is hardly a soldier. I'm sure he has other important business,
Okay,
like mailing letters and sweeping floors and flirting with barmen.
My headphones are getting funky now.
That pathetic little errand boy? I did not see him fight. Without me, we would have lost the battle. He knows less than nothing on how to lead men.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He's Colonel second in command.
Seems to me like I did most of the work.
You are a funny man, gringo. De Santa licks the colonel's boots and plays with his waiter friend. That is all. I am against brazo derecho, his right arm.
Next to the translation.
I am one of the few men he respects.
And the few men he doesn't rape.
You and him have something special, do you?
The colonel needs a maid, a woman he cannot fuck. De Santa is that woman.
Wow. Okay, so unnamed captain and the Santa not buddies.
Battle at Torquemada was hard.
Yeah.
Tesoro de Azul, that was some fun. Am I right, gringo?
Well, I got a sniper rifle if I'm thinking of the right one.
Burning people's
Oh no, it's not.
killing innocent people. That's your idea of fun?
That's an idea of that's my regular Saturday night thing.
Child picks up a rifle, they become soldiers.
Yeah, but they didn't pick up
Does it
rifles.
seem quiet to you?
I don't
Too
know.
quiet.
You tell me.
We have not seen a single rebel yet.
I'd say that's a good thing, wouldn't you?
No, I mean it's not like I have reason to suspect foul play in the mission where I'm supposed to get 20,000 pesos.
I guess it's too late to talk about me.
Alrighty. So far, so good.
You're making a big mistake, friend.
Estos pertrechos.
My
Good work. I cannot see any more of them.
I seem to be like out of ammo. There we go. I'll get the repeater out. It's not as powerful, but I got a lot more ammo for it.
I don't know. This doesn't feel right to me.
We're on our way to escort a train through rebel-held country. An ambush feels about right to me.
That's true.
Soldado, ¿quién eres? ¿Cuál escuadrón?
Somos nuevos reclutas, capitán. Es nuestra primera asignación.
I knew I had not seen these men before. They are new recruits.
We want you. We want you. We want you as a
the rebels
recruit.
planning a large attack. If these supplies are so important, why have we been given so few soldiers?
Don't ask me. You're the captain. I thought you were supposed to be fearless.
Is that what my no fear shirt indicates
But
to you?
not brainless.
I don't know about that.
There
Yeah, the
is
captain's
something
actually
wrong.
more on the ball here than Marston is.
Maybe you just need to take a piss or something.
The colonel told me that the Santa had praised my actions at Torquemada and called me a hero.
Yeah, that
He
does
asked
not
for me
sound
to be
right.
Given this important assignment.
More rebels!
More of them! They are above us!
Alright, well. Fuck that up.
Ándale!
Didn't really do that right.
Is that our train?
Yes, it seems to be on schedule. At least one thing is going right for us.
I agree.
Yeah, we've
Made
only
off
got,
to a good start.
other than the captain here, we've only got 3 guys.
You shoot well, gringo. Tell me something. What is your weapon of choice?
My
We
hands.
are close to Chuparosa
Wait,
now.
I didn't even get a chance to
I
answer
have a
him.
bad feeling about this. Tell me, why are you here? What did they promise you?
20,000 pesos in Javier Escuela.
That is a lot of promises.
Right.
Do you know where Escuela is?
You think I am going to tell you that before you have fulfilled your obligations? Do not take me for a fool.
I've given you no reason not to trust me.
Or reason to
You
trust
must
him.
understand why we are suspicious of you. Most American vigilantes come here to help the rebels. It is strange you have chosen to work for the army.
Well, I mean, the
I'm
money.
not working for you. How many times do I have to say this?
Call it what you want, gringo. We are exchanging favors then.
Por
I
favor.
ain't seen many favors come my way yet.
Abraham Reyes is trying hard to recruit gringos to fight for him. His propaganda is everywhere. He promises women, gold, and, of course, yucca.
Well, I
Money and the
didn't
chance to
really meet
interfere in
him yet.
business. It is not your own. How can any American resist?
I've done everything you've asked of me. If Belinde doesn't give me Escuela and Williamson after this, I think it's best I go ask the rebels directly.
Is that the threat? Be warned. You are only alive right now because of me.
Is that so, unnamed captain? I really don't understand why they don't give this guy a name. He's as big a character as several other characters who have names.
Here we are, at last. Soldados, abordamos el tren.
Ride the captain, shotgun. Let's get in there with all 5 of our dudes. Well, those guys are just wandering off. Yeah, it's pretty unimpressive ambushes that we fought off. I didn't even manage to kill everybody, but at least we get to fight on a train.
I do not think we have seen the last of the rebels. You recruits can't win a fight like this. I need you to man the Gatling gun.
I ain't the soldier here, Captain.
Do not question me, gringo. Just do as I say.
I like him. He seems like a nice fellow.
Ojos abiertos!
Well, okay. It's raining, but at least it's not dark like the last time.
Can't be that hard. Just point and pull the trigger.
Stop shooting! I need that ammunition! Por Dios! We will all be killed!
Don't worry, Captain. I've used one of these before.
Yeah, well, let me kill him.
For a cold-hearted killer, you're an anxious son of a bitch, ain't you?
We have already been ambushed. Our squad is made up of you recruits and the 2 men that Santa hates the most. I think it is right to be anxious.
He hates me too.
Yeah, well, I wasn't exactly expecting a pleasant picnic by the seaside.
So the captain
myself.
keeps calling it, DeSanto is going to betray us. Marston's like, nah, he's like a nice guy. No way, he's not going to betray us. What kind of a Grand Theft Auto style game features one of the guys who gives you missions betraying you? It's the rebels. They're here. I'm gonna kill a lot of horses today. I'm not even talking about the game, folks. Alright, so they're attacking from both sides.
Keep them away from the Incas!
I mean, I'm not setting out to kill horses, but you know it's gonna happen. I just killed Wilhelm. Where the hell are... Oh, this guy's... Fuck it up. Oh, there's like this weird spot on the screen. I keep seeing something that I think is an enemy, but it's not. So you're still going, are you? I thought we'd killed you. There, I killed a guy without killing his horse, I think.
Come on now! Stop that!
Knock it off. You know, I have this strange feeling that like, when we did a mission or two for the rebels before, they really didn't seem to have that many guys helping us out, did they? Suddenly, there's a million of them. Strange. Whichever side John Marston is on suddenly has no dudes backing him up. They're trying. Luckily, I can shoot this section up all day long. It's not considered the engine. Should I be using red eye? It feels like you shouldn't need red eye when you're using a gap, but oh, you can't use red eye when you're using a Gatling gun, so never mind. That wasn't good. Don't do that, JG. And make it easier for them. Seems like the kind of thing that in like Grand Theft Auto 5 and later games where you get rated, rather than just succeeding at a mission, you get like medal scores. You would get like a gold medal would be like no damage is done to the train engine. Whereas I feel like I don't know how much longer we have to do this, but I really feel like we're getting ready to fail here. Damn, there's suddenly a bunch of them. Oof. So which side is going to be next? There's like a cliff over here, so I guess it's going to be... They're going to be coming from this side, probably. Unless they're riding very close to the train on the other side and come up from... Oh, it could be front or behind. It sure does feel like we were set up, though. Very little backup and a huge attack, like somebody tipped the rebels off. Or they're, but at least we're not actually openly being attacked by Mexican army guys. So that's something. You and me, Captain.
We do not have far to go. The base camp is just at the top of the hill.
Pretty sure that's all of them. The engine is no longer has a hit meter.
Whatever I get them promised you in return, you have earned it.
I don't think the Santa expected us to come back from
I don't
this.
think so either.
Did you want to kill him, or should I?
No. Until I find Escuela, he's more used to me alive.
Sure is nice to mosey on away from the Gatling gun, though. Oh, I'm so comfortable. Hey, it's Mexican army soldiers. We're safe. Whatever the Santa was plotting,
Here we are.
we're good to go now.
We are lucky to be alive. Go to the camp. The base commander will want to speak to you.
What about you? I would think he would want to speak to you. You're the actual Mexican army captain. I'm just some dude. I don't speak Spanish, but I don't really like the sounds of that.
Senor Marston, thank you for
Oh, never mind. It's all good.
The
Don't
escort
be
was a
paranoid.
success.
At least some of your men survived.
I didn't think to survive myself. My whole life I have dreamed of a glorious death. Vamos. Rapido antes.
Seems like a strange thing to dream about, but okay.
These socialist pigs cannot be allowed to win.
Yeah, they're pigs, socialists, and yeah. $75? Then we're gonna get 20,000 pesos. New items are available to purchase from stores, and we got fame. Okay. So, me and the captain all worried about being betrayed, but it looks like everything's going good with DeSanto. Seems like he's our friend after all. We don't have any new missions, so suppose I'll walk around for a few minutes. Well, we have missions, but we don't have any missions with the Mexicans. So the story kind of puts you in a position to play both sides in this war. I was trying to kind of commit to one just so that if, you know, eventually that always blows up in your face in these games. But, yeah, there's the captain. Come on, captain. What's up, man? Got no dialogue for me? Oh, well. But I figured we would at least try to pick a side and go with it. But it seems like we got to a mission where he can't prove it, but Marston believes he was set up and got out of it alive. And so this is like doesn't look like a Mexican army camp, but I guess it's a Mexican army camp. Butter Bridge. Well, I guess we could round out the video by finding out, is it possible for us to get back to America land? We're here in Mexicotania. Can we get back to America land? Because earlier in the game, if we had those bridges would be out, and attempting to ride from one, you know, into this area before the plot unlocked it, there would be no place for you to drive, and in this game, to ride, I mean, and in this game, you do drown if you touch water. But yeah, we're back in Hennigan's Stead, which is the broad name for the area in which the McFarlane Ranch is. So you can see we're back. Springfield Drive. I'm surprised we have so little rifle ammo. I feel like we got that sniper rifle. Didn't we get a sniper rifle? Am I crazy? We should have a sniper rifle. Maybe that's this. Yeah. So we got 50 ammo for it. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm trying not to get involved. So let's ride back to Mexico, where it's safe. You come to America and you experience immediate gun violence. So let's get back to the safety that is Diaz Coronas. I don't know if it'll let me make camp so close to this Mexican army camp, but I think the Mexican army camp was a plot Mexican army camp. I don't think it exists all the time. Away from roads and water. You can't camp so close to Dusty Rose, yeah. So I'm not really sure what was wrong with that spot, but let's try here. There we go. This will work. All right, folks. So we'll go ahead and save our game, and I guess I need to set a fast travel point. We gave the game time to decide there was a new DeSanto mission, and it didn't. So I guess there isn't. When we come back next time, folks, we will do, I guess, we can either do missions for Louisa, whom we have yet to meet, or we could return to doing missions for Landon Ricketts. Landon Ricketts makes in line underwear that's antimicrobial. That is a joke for any Spontaneous Nation fans out there. So anyway, he's kind of got a Sam Elliott vibe, as I think Bobo has pointed out. So on the MysteriousJG, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you join me next time for more Red Dead Redemption. I was about to say howdy. That would not be correct. So long. Happy trails.